just doing a quick stream here today. Playing some TFT Hyper Roll, where RNG hates my guts. And we're starting out, I guess, on an Enforcer build. We've just been getting Enforcers naturally without even rolling for them, so this is going to be nice. If you guys are watching the VOD, thank you guys for stopping by. Hit this video like if you like TFT content. I don't do it all the time, but when I do, I usually get my butt kicked, but it's all good. I think I want to build my front line up a little tougher, and then I'll worry about damage after. I'm going to wait to roll to like probably 6 or 7, because I really want a TF. Probably carry on this one. But, yeah, that's what we're doing today. So welcome on YouTube and on Twitch. I stream for a couple hours and then hop out my truck for a bit. In case you guys are wondering, I'm actually inside my truck on my laptop, streaming from my hotspot to deliver you guys some RNG madness. Pretty much how that goes. And this freaking Loris is so tanky, these patches. I kind of feel like this patch is fairly balanced, though. I don't think there's really any particular comp that's like dominating over other comps, at least in Hyper Roll. I have not noticed any specific comp that's like you just hard force it and you back to your top 4 no matter what. Ooh. By transition. Rebel? Mmm. That is tempting. It's tempting. Zoe makes it very tempting. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll transition over to Rebel or something. When we hit 6 or 7. If we get a Vi and an Mbessa soon, then... Oh, we got another Stork. Oh, we got an item for her. We can also swap that to TF if need be. We're going to hard slam that. We'll go ahead and slam... That's not too bad for my back line, but 5 BF swords seems a little... Alright, we're gonna put on stone plate. For now. Yeah.
Need blood sample.
Got a Mundo too. See, it teases me with a bunch of enforcers. Okay, maybe we won't go Sork. Maybe we'll stick with Enforcer. Enforcer Quick Striker. Like that. Oh boy. See, you tease me with these other units knowing you're not going to actually... you know what? We're going to drop them. We're going to hard force Enforcer. I'm going to regret that later. I guarantee it. Because TFT is not going to let me 2-star my 4-star... Or 2-star my 4-cost champs. My RNG is not that lucky. Throw her in. Like that. Level 6, what? That'll get me Maddie and Meal. I think I'm gonna save my money until I hit 7. We'll hard roll at 7. See how many TFs we can get, any more Lorises, because we really need to get him 2-star, or else he's gonna get eaten alive. He's tanky as hell, but he's gonna end up needing to be 2 stars to survive this. You need more magic damage. But I think I'm gonna use Zoe to be my item holder for TF. I think that's how we're gonna rock it. How? Rock and roll all night. Ooh, This for Maddie. Let's just try one there. I feel like even 3-starring Maddie just is not how much you would cost to re-roll to get her to the 3-star just does not like equal the same amount of damage that she puts out. Like roll costing on say TF is a massive difference and game changing difference in your stabilization, but I feel like Maddie it's just kind of a wait. If you hit her naturally 3-star in the beginning just because you're lucky like that, that's great, but I think trying to force her 3-star is a mistake. Obviously same with this guy unless you get combat medic. But even then, like anytime I've run combat medic, I've never really gone like shooting him for 3-star. I just use him as a secondary. At level 7, let's see what we can get here.
Looks like trouble.
Quick striker. Let's go here.
Looks
There's
like
an enforcer.
Piltover will achieve its destiny.
Boom. I'm gonna hold on to you there, Mr. Witch.
I'll let my hands do the talking.
Because if I do not end up 3-starring Maddie, I might throw.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, never mind. Oh, oh. Giggity goo. These are all enforcers. Let's throw here. Man, that was that was excellent. Let's go ahead and make like Vi has been kind of nerfed a little. Do this, and we don't have to worry about getting a last whisper. Something like this. Make her a little tankier. Maybe get her a bloodthirster, and then I think she's set.
Right where I want you.
Or like a Hodge.
For me?
What's up, Leet? What's up, broski? I should be rolling while I'm here. I need to get my Loris 3-star. Skip over anybody. There he is. Right. At least he's 2-starred. A little more tanky. Another one. Ooh. I can get to 8. Could just drop. Bitch. I think I'm gonna regret that. I think I wanted to keep Twitch. Go extra super. Talking to ghosts, dude.
Going somewhere?
Talking to the ghosts in the system.
Only fools flee.
Okay, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, daddy. Organize my bench a little bit here. Okay, let's go 8 enforcer. Nope. Ooh.
Surrender to death.
Hold on to you, Mr. Mordecai. Senor Mordekaiser. Boom,
baby.
So.
You should have pledged your loyalty to me.
Okay, we got some laying that on. All right, what we got? I think I want to go with maybe something tanky. Oh, I could have used that for my buy. There you go. Let's go with something basic and tanky. I need to save my gold. All right, let's go. All right, there we go.
Don't mind if I do.
3 TFs away from 3-star, 2 from 3-star Loris. Got all the watch. I'm telling you, TFT,
Looks
my
like
RNG
trouble.
with getting the champs I need is it. Oh, okay, we're gonna drop more.
Looks like
Give me one
trouble.
more. Ooh, okay, we don't need him.
I'm doing this
3-star.
my way.
He is literally just a emblem unit.
Ruin! Freeze.
Think.
Ha.
Oh yeah.
Right where I want you.
Need to get my 4 cost of 2-star and I'm good to go.
Watch the weak crumble.
And then hopefully we can hit our Loris 3-star and our TF 3-star. Need to get him one more item. Thinking probably on TF maybe. Oh, just another AP item, I'd imagine. We are gonna throw this though on our Vi. Don't want that
Piltover will
Camille.
achieve its
Need-
destiny.
Oh, come on. You know what I mean? I'm literally just sitting on deck with 3 different champs that could 3-star, and it's probably not going to give it to me. Be real. The game does not like my RNG like that. You guys running Sentinels and a Tristana carry, huh?
Get dunked!
Going
That's
somewhere?
pretty dope. He's tanky as hell.
Yeah!
I think the only way I'm going to be able to handle that is getting Loris to 3-star and TF to 3-star. That's going to be the only way. Otherwise, he is going to roll through me every time. They all died, bro. Oh, my camera? No, so I'm actually streaming from my truck. I'm not even at my gaming system at home. I'm not home right now. I'm out on the road. On the road again. I can't wait to get on that road again. Yeah, so I'm pulled over on the side of the road. I've got my hotspot going. I have my extended screen. The one I posted the video on, like for top 10 travel tips for gamers on YouTube.
Freeze.
The KYY
You
portable
should have
screen to
pledged
go with my
your
gaming laptop.
loyalty to
I have
me.
that plugged in for my secondary screen. And yeah. Oh, see, it could get a 3-star, but then I don't get my freaking 2-stars here. That's annoying. Oh, my Lanta. Alright, we're not even
The
going to worry
heart
about her.
of Piltover is its people.
Alright, we got
They'll
one
never
of
know
our
what
4
hit 'em.
costs to 2-star, so that'll do, pig. That'll do.
Surrender now.
I guess
Boom,
we can
baby.
just throw this on TF for now.
Don't blink.
Get dunked!
Oh, I'm so glad I got her to 2-star. Look at Vi putting in some work. Oh, not enough though. I got spanked. See, look at. I was sitting on 3 different champs, waiting to 3-star him up, and the game just would not give it to me. The game teases me every time with, "Hey, we're probably going to give you a lot of these units," so you're like, "Oh, you know what? I'll just go with that build," and then negative. Every time. That's how my RNG works right there. Am I sitting in a parking lot? No, not really. I'm on the side of the street. I'm on the street in my F-250. What's nice is, so my truck, it's diesel, so it's there's a power outlet in the dash that actually puts out 400 watts off the battery while the engine's running. So my gaming laptop can draw up to 250.
One less person to deal with.
The world has seen enough darkness. Curiosity is gonna kill one of us.
You wanna go?
Wonderful.
Try to die with dignity.
How about now? Hopefully it works now. Oh yeah, there it goes. That was really weird. My microphone just decided to say, hey, screw you, man. I don't know what the hell happened. But we're back. We're back, baby. We're back with a vengeance. I was not even paying attention to what we're doing here. What do I got here? What do I got? Sorks? Alright, I guess we'll go Sorks. Oh, I grabbed Bruiser, didn't I? Oh my god. I actually grabbed I have two different wireless microphones. Well, it's basically a wireless microphone, a newer set, and it's got two lapel style mics. So I just put the other one away and turned it off completely, and then just plugged in a different one, and it started working. So I don't know how the hell I fixed it. Now I gotta fix this game, dude. I'm like behind as hell now. What am I building? I don't even know what I'm building right now. Could go rebels. I got enough rebels. Maybe
Bow down.
quick striker.
The light is fading.
I got an idea. We'll just throw this on him for now. Let's drop Darius.
The light is fading.
What's up, Martina? Yeah, I ended up changing. Well, kinda. I have the same receiver in, but I just changed, or I just plugged in a different, or pulled out a different actual microphone. But it's the same receiver. Mana flow or shields? What am I gonna go? Am I gonna go Sork? Oh, see, look it's teasing me with enforcers again. But I think I might go Sork. But I do have a Bruiser emblem. I could go like Twitch Bruiser. Maybe if I get a Twitch. I got another experiment right there. I don't think I'm gonna go Rebel. I didn't get a Rebel emblem. I only go Rebel if I get an emblem.
Death is in bloom.
I got another enforcer though. Son of a biscuit eating dog. I got a Watcher. Could go like Watcher Zeri, Bruiser-ish.
Eat this.
I don't know how I don't even know how I'm gonna build right now. I was not paying attention trying to fix the mic, and I don't even know what augment I got. I got Bruiser, Mana Flow, Golden Gala. Okay, so they're all gonna be gold augments. Another Bruiser.
Knock 'em dead.
Choke the life from
Getting more Sorks. That's good. Got another Watcher.
I'm gonna knock 'em dead.
Quick Strikers. Look at them. Look at him chilling. Another Bruiser right there. Holy moly.
You wanna go?
Blitzcrank. I don't think I'm gonna go Automata or Automata or
Summit.
Atawadalamba Ding Dong. I'm gonna slam. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Bruiser Twitch because I have a Bruiser emblem. But I think I need to make that transition quick. So I need you. I need you as a sniper for now.
This time's no different.
Yeah, I gotta make that transition now, or else I'm gonna lose too much HP. Where do I put him in? Where do I put him in, coach? Put me in, coach. Do something like this. Throw this on him for now. There's another Bruiser. Okay, so let's drop the enforcers. I don't think I'm gonna survive this match. Do I stream daily? So I used to be like really consistent with streaming. I like a couple years ago I was super consistent, but my schedule was always so cattywampus. Now my schedule is like kind of weird because I do a lot more traveling and stuff on the road. So I end up, streaming less consistently. But, like trying to sell channel art? Good catch. Good
Zon
catch.
is the future.
Let's see. Another quick strike. Oh, there's our other bruiser. Let's throw this on him. There's another sniper. Another bruiser.
Every web, a masterpiece.
What's my passion? Love, sweet love. Something like that. Let's see. Light Shield Crest. Ooh, Fishy Bones. That one's fun. That one's a lot of fun, actually. I like fish bones. Another bruiser. Okay, now we're talking. Let's go. Oh no, actually I need that for him. Oh. Ego lame. See, I don't even pay attention to that much stuff, FaZe. Like, I get so many of them that, like, log into Discord, and then they message me on Discord, and they're like, oh, do you need graphic design work? I can redo your channel art. And I'm like, nah. I'm good. See, I didn't have a plan going into that one because the damn microphone, and we just lost a shit ton of ELO points. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, it's kind of the same as, like, on TikTok, I don't even know how many followers we have on TikTok, like 250,000 or 260,000 or whatever, and you always get, like, just the constant, like, oh, we love your content. We'd like you to represent our brand, and we'll give you a commission. It's like, dude, stop fucking messaging me, dude. Like... Same thing on Instagram, dude. Like, I don't even know what our follower count is on Instagram, but it's constant messages. You want, like, I had one. I get these ones all the time. Like, I have what's it called? I don't know. Well over, like, maybe 120, 130,000, whatever we're at on Instagram, right? So I'll get these ones. It's like, we can grow your Instagram to 10,000 followers, and I'm like, so you want to shrink my Instagram down to 10,000 followers? Like, did you even look at my profile before you fucking messaged me? Like, but obviously it's computer generated. It's like, spam. They just fucking mass send them out to every account they can. But I always crack up when I see those, or like, especially on TikTok, I get the business email things from them. And it'll be like, oh, we think you're a perfect match for this brand. TikTok will send this out. So TikTok sends out this thing. We think you're a perfect match for this brand. And it'll, like, send me, like, the brand, and it'll be for, like, women's leggings. And I'm like, what? Like, not even close. Not even close, dude. It's hilarious. So, yeah, I never really pay attention to much of that. I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Good luck. Okay, so we have bruisers, but we also have sorks again.
The world has seen enough darkness.
But I think with sorks, I need to go emissary, and I need Garen tanking. You know what's really bad about that is when I used to do my TikTok lives. TikTok lives, because of the much higher follower amount on TikTok, right? So like it notifies 200 and something thousand people that I'm live, right? So then all these fucking people pour in from TikTok, and then, oh, Crimson Pact. I haven't done that one in a long time. We are going to rock the shit out of that. Yeah, I get like so much spam in TikTok chat. That's enough to where like I had moderators on TikTok. They couldn't even keep up with the amount of spam that was coming through there, and I was just like, God dang, like this shit's embarrassing, dude. It was bad. But what's cool is, or not cool, but now like I kind of decided to like kind of move away from building, like not building, but really engaging as much on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm trying to build my YouTube instead. Because in all honesty, TikTok like sucks. Like, I'm sorry, but it'll be so many times that they had owed me money from videos, or the payouts from the live tips and things like that. And this is what those sneaky little jackasses do, is when I'd have like a huge payout, right, coming, they would out of nowhere say that I violated their content guidelines or something, right? And then because of that, because they're saying I violated these content guidelines, then they would say that I'm demonetized right when they have to fucking pay out. And I'd be like, oh, you sneaky ass mofos, right? So when you get like a community guidelines strike, right, you can try to appeal it, but it doesn't actually have an appeal process. You push the button to appeal, and then within minutes they just send back a response that says, oh, we reviewed your appeal and it's been denied. And you're like, oh, that's good, thanks for that. So it's like, what they would do is they would owe like a shit ton of money in video and content payouts, and then they would say I violated community guidelines, and I'd have a temporary ban. Like, oh, thanks for that follow.
Of learned doctors. You're not a
they
doctor.
say I'd have like a and welcome back, Shining Abyss. I know it's been a while.
Fuck.
But they would say, oh, like you violated the guidelines, yada yada yada. So you're banned for like a week. So then I'd go back in after that week, and sure as shit, like it was said I was demonetized. They don't have to pay me, bro. I was like, these mofos. So like for me, it's like I'd rather just build up my TikTok or my YouTube than TikTok, because YouTube, it's like there's specific copyright guidelines you have to follow, and as long as you follow those, like the chances of getting demonetized there's still those horror stories, or there's still those things, right? But it's not quite as like prolific as far as how they do it. So Instagram, like I like Instagram, but there's not really a good live platform for Instagram. For me to kind of go on and have fun live and chill with people. So it's like Twitch and YouTube are pretty much it. So what have I been playing? Dude, I've been playing Path of Exile 2 fucking non-stop, dude. Like, and that game hates me, but like I can't help it, man. I enjoy that game. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. I enjoy the hell out of that game. They have some more patches coming out, which will be good.
The world has seen enough.
But I really do enjoy Path of Exile 2. That's probably the game I've been playing the most, by far. I don't need Bruiser. I don't know why I'm stacking Bruiser. Yeah, I play Path of Exile 2 mainly. TFT, like, and League of Legends has always been like my fallback game. Like when I'm kind of bored of another game or doing something, I always fall back on TFT or League. And like regular League, I haven't played in forever, because I normally would play like ARAM. Is like, I just kind of got over regular League, and so like when I would hop on, I would just hop on like ARAM or something. But my genre that I love is MMOs, but it's just finding a good MMO nowadays is like freaking impossible. It's just, they're just not out there much. So I am on the play test for Ashes of Creation. I finally decided, you know what, I'll donate to their Kickstarter and get access to the Alpha 2. I haven't really put in too much time with it because I want to wait for my buddy Mike to get in, or one of my other friends that plays MMOs, so that we can all kind of level up together. But I was playing Throne of Liberty for a little bit, but that's definitely a guild heavy game, and I'm not really part of any. I don't really join other people's guilds,
This world is all I
because I
have.
hate when people have all that drama with their guilds, and then they expect like other players to like give a shit about their drama, and I don't. Too old for that shit. So yeah, I don't really play
To the last drop.
Throne of Liberty anymore, just because I don't really have a core group of people that play it,
Drop.
and it's not that fun solo, surprisingly.
Death is
Let's see, what else was I playing? I tried Vault Breakers. I did a playtest for Vault Breakers. That's actually a really cool game, by the way. For it being under playtest state, it was actually pretty decent. The combat was pretty decently polished. Oh, look at this. Check that out. Now if we can get the damn item. See, it teases me with Crimson Pack, but it won't give me good Vlad items. See how this game's RNG is? You see how it does that to me? You're still playing Grounded? I remember you talking about that game. I'm excited for Dune Awakening. That's a survival game I'm excited to get into. Dune Awakening, I'll be playing that. Let's see, what's the other ones coming out? Dude, the game I'm really excited for, and this is kind of like, some people are excited, some people aren't, is Light No Fire from Hello Games, the guys that had to do No Man's Sky. I had a lot of fun playing No Man's Sky, and I get like why some people are like, oh, cautious, you know, like, oh, they had a terrible launch and all that, but like, honestly, like, you know, Sean Murray's done like a really good job kind of turning that whole game around, and I think if they launch with the stuff that they learned from No Man's Sky, I think it's going to be a really, really fun experience. So I'm actually really excited for that one. Let's see. Played Delta Force, the new Black Hawk Down campaign, with some of the guys a couple weeks ago. That was pretty fun. I don't know. I play like a variety of games. Like, it's pretty rare that I just get, other than like PoE 2, like I don't know, I play that quite a bit. It's probably like my most played game right now. And then usually I would only play TFT when I'm sitting on the toilet taking a shit. And then I pull out my phone because you can play TFT on mobile. That's usually when I'm playing TFT. It just so happens that I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't played TFT in a little while on stream. Like, why don't we play that? So that's why we're playing that today. Otherwise, it's just normally when I'm dropping a deuce. Let's see.
We fight for those
Garen
who
would be
cannot.
good if I had other.
A conquered nation is a loyal
That
one.
Sork's good. I really only need
Drop.
a rod or two. There's
We
one
are at
rod.
war.
All right, we're getting
Do
closer.
not forget it.
We are going to 3-star our Vlad.
A conquered nation is a loyal
We
one.
can probably. Oh, dang. Check this out. Check this out. We're getting some Vlad items here. We're going to go like this. We're going to drop this. Respec it. What do we get? I'll throw that on her. I need more tanky items for Senior Swain.
Heads up!
I don't know. Do I run Garen? I don't know. Should I run Garen or not? I don't know. I feel like I want to run Black Rose. Like, I need LeBlanc.
A draining
But I've got Nami, so I don't think I run Garen because I'm running Nami. So, yeah, I think I'm going to drop Garen because I won't be able to hit all emissaries. I think I'm going to go Sork and Black Rose. So I need Elise and LeBlanc. I think that's going to be the play. I should have probably saved. Nah, it's alright. Never mind.
My quest.
Let's throw you in instead of you. We're going to hold on to you for later. I just need tanky items, and I have Zed. There's Black Rose, though.
Every web, a masterpiece.
I'm going to make Scion a little tankier. What's another... Okay, so I do like survival games, kind of like Grounded and stuff like that. What is... Like, I want to find a good first-person shooter survival, like, but with good combat.
Violence is so messy.
You know, like, better graphics than, say, like DayZ. Maybe I'll do, like, the Armor Reloaded or whatever it is, but I kind of want to find, like, a good game like that to you know, tinker around with. It's been a while. Oh, you know what? We can throw... No, we'll wait.
My quest beckons.
Good to the last drop.
Sacrifices must be made.
Okay, all Sorks and Black Roses, come to me now. Come to me now. Which question? If I still remember Grounded? Tarkov? I played Escape from Tarkov.
There's
And,
always another wave.
It was okay. I think it's because like I was so new. I hadn't really. I should have used Bully because I'm 3-star. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. We're gonna go with the tanky one.
This will be my offering.
I just remember like playing it and not really knowing what the hell I was doing and what I was supposed to be doing. So I ended up like being like, well shit, like I don't even know what to be doing over here. So I just kind of stopped playing it. So I think because I was so far behind, and it was like I was in lobbies where everybody else knew what they were supposed to be doing. Like I didn't even know how to extract. I didn't know any of that. So I was just like
all I have.
dying like a lot. And I was like, man, I need to play with somebody that can show me the ropes in this game. What do I remember about Grounded? Or about our conversation on Grounded about like your character. I think it was like your character name. Was it the character name or... I remember there was something about you playing that game that was funny. Is that what you're talking about? Look at Vladimir go. Putting in that work, baby. I don't need AD because I'm not really going to have any AD champs. I feel like this is good. This is really good. Okay, let's drop this. Let's put this on Elise. Let's throw that on you. Let's instead of going AD, we're going to do this. Black
Good
Rose.
to the last drop.
Guess we can go like... We'll do this for now. Let's give him some Omnivamp. And then he'll get a shield. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember it was something... Was it about the character, like... Didn't you name your character, or you designed your character? I don't remember all the exact details. I remember talking about that game Grounded, though, because I had never played it. Well, look at him. This dude's just gaining HP like crazy. Too bad you got no damage. You got no damage, dude. You lost all your damage. Alright, let's throw another Sork. So we're at 6 Sork, 4 Black Rose. We just need a LeBlanc. I could throw in Mundo.
Need blood sample.
So I'm going to replace... Yeah, I think I'm going to replace Zyra with Mundo when I get a LeBlanc. A Sacre Fleur LeBlanc. Oh, yeah, if I found somebody super small, that's right. Okay, I remember there was like a funny conversation that stemmed from Grounded. I just couldn't remember exactly what it was. Ooh, heel cut on Zoe would be quite fantabulous. Fantastico. Rebel.
Need blood sample.
Oh, Black Rose, level her up. Did I ever change my answer? I don't think so. I don't think I did.
My quest beckons.
There's my LeBlanc. La Sacre Fleur LeBlanc. Mary LeBlanc. I actually want that Zoe too, but I don't want to give up any of my Sorks. And we're in a good spot. We're gonna hold.
Violence is so messy.
Yeah. What would the answer be? That another. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, we're in.
Okay, so here. And then it didn't give me my emblem? What the hell? It gave me a Runin's Hurricane. Whoa. How did it give me an emblem instead of, or a hurricane instead of my emblem? What the hell happened there?
I theorize you're trust.
Did you guys see that?
Thought you never asked. This is gonna be.
I chose experiment emblem and it gave me a Runin's Hurricane.
right where I want them.
What the hell? Oh my god. How did that... Okay, you guys saw that, right? I'm not imagining that just happened. I'm telling you, dude, I don't know what it is about TFT, but it gives me shitty RNG. Like, what's the odds that it gives you a list of emblems and then it's like, nah, I know you want experiment, but I'm gonna give you a Runin's Hurricane instead. Oh yeah, that matches my build. Thank you. I appreciate that. Come on, TFT. What's my answer now? I don't know. I don't even remember the exact details of the conversation to provide a second answer, or if my answer would change or not change. I'd have to have my memory refreshed. Oh man, it's getting warm outside. I have to roll down my window a little bit here. That sun feels good, getting some vitamin D. If I saw like a small person in Grounded, or like the size of Grounded, like in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, what would I do? I would put out my hand, allow them to crawl on my hand, and then I would play finger flick football. I'd have somebody put up their hands like it's a end zone post, and I would just be like, hey, tuck and roll, baby, here we go, and then and see if I can score that extra 3 points, or extra point after a TD. You're taking some vitamin D3 pills. Make sure you're taking vitamin K with it, bro. Make sure. How much are you taking? What, 2,000 IUs, 4,000 IUs? I get a pretty good amount of sunlight, but I still supplement vitamin D. I take 2,000 vitamin D or 2,000 IUs of vitamin D, and then I take vitamin K with it. Oh yeah, 2,500 is perfect. 2,500 is perfect. So the reason why you want to take the K with it, you can try and get a lot of it from your diet, but the amount that you're going to get from your diet would be equivalent to the amount you would be getting from sunlight. So if you're adding in and supplementing an extra set of vitamin D, then you really need to supplement extra vitamin K. Otherwise, that vitamin D can calcify and be sent to your arteries and your heart more so than to the parts of your body that it needs to. So your vitamin K is basically a delivery system for vitamin D to go where it needs to go. The only problem with nuts is, yes, there is certain vitamins in nuts and it has good fats, but they're also hard to digest with our stomach acid, and our digestive systems aren't really designed that well for nuts. It's just they're not the best. But you do get decent amount of nutrients with those, but the amount of vitamin K that you're going to be able to extract from walnuts, peanuts, almonds, things like that, it's better if you're supplementing vitamin D, then you definitely want to supplement a little bit of vitamin K in there too. Got some hard-boiled eggs, dude. That's the that's the best freaking protein you can get, dude. Pound for pound, gram for gram, it's one of the best sources of whole foods that are on this planet. So each egg's about 6 to 7 grams of protein, 125 milligrams of choline, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, omega 3s. So it's definitely, eggs are it's the best thing you can eat in the morning because the choline goes to work. And choline is really good as a brain fuel. It gives you, helps improve your memory, your mood, and overall brain health. Choline is like crazy good. Do I definitely recommend? Yeah, if you're taking a vitamin D supplement, I definitely recommend adding in some vitamin K. Just because, like I said, when you supplement vitamin D, you really want to shuttle that vitamin D where it's really important, which is inside the muscle tissue. So you want to keep it away from calcifying and building up in your heart and arteries. But our bodies, as amazing as we are built, vitamin D happens to be the only vitamin that our bodies are able to produce naturally, which is why it is one of the most important vitamins to our bodies. And our bodies are able to produce it naturally through sunlight. So we can convert this big radiated freaking amount of energy in our sky into the most important vitamin our body needs. So the human body is pretty incredible. But yeah, vitamin D is the most important vitamin to us, and it's the only one that we can actually produce within our bodies, and just by being in the sun. Probably 90% of people around the world are deficient in vitamin D because so many people just don't get sunlight, especially here in the US. I would say it's even more prevalent here in the US, the amount of people that do not get enough sunlight daily. You're trying to get into shape because you're pretty skinny. It depends on your goal. The best thing you can do is obviously eat whole foods, good quality proteins, good quality fats, good quality whole foods. But that's like the best thing you can do for your health. But give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. What'd I miss? What did I miss? Ooh, what are we building? I think if we go, we got Bruiser again, right? So I think we're actually gonna go Twitch. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Twitch. You just don't put in the exercise? Well, protein powders, smoothies, pretty much never eat out. I mean, that's good. Like, yeah, avoiding anything ultra high processed is like your best bet. That's usually the start. The best advice I give people, or like my clients, you know, getting away from ultra high processed junk and a lot of excess carbs and grains. But I ended up doing like a whole video just because a lot of people were asking me to break it down for them. So I posted a few different videos so far on YouTube about it. But one was about the clean eating list, the foods that I eat, so that I can maintain like 10% body fat throughout the year and still stay super lean, but also build muscle. And then I also did like a macro video talking about how to calculate your macros like the right way, using like the latest scientific research. So there's a lot of information like I've been putting out a lot, because a lot of my clients have been like, hey, instead of like me having to call or text you and ask you this and ask you that, can you just like make videos where I can just go to and get the info? And I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. So like the one today is dropping in 20 or 19 minutes. It'll be dropping on YouTube. Is oh, see, look at this. That's all right. It's actually on eggs and whether or not it's worth it to go with pasture raised, cage free, free range, and all that. I go over the nutrition behind it, the science behind it, and whether or not it's actually worth it to upgrade your eggs to those other eggs. So yeah, that video drops in 19 minutes. But I'm going to be posting a lot more on YouTube, nutrition, fitness content, along with the gaming stuff, just because it's just a lot easier for me to just have the information out there for like my personal training clients than, you know, them having to message me like direct. They can just refer to the videos. You get tired so fast? Dude, you know what's crazy is how you said about eating a cookie like 3 months ago. Okay, so I eat like super clean throughout the year. I didn't always eat this clean, right? There was plenty of times where I was not eating as clean as I eat now. And, you know, you think about just like how like just you feel like 24/7. Like a lot of people just feel that a lot, right? So going to a clean eating lifestyle, I noticed that after like 2 months, or maybe it was 3 months, that I switched to literally like only whole foods, basically red meat, fruit, chicken, shrimp, fish, like nothing else. We went over to like our best friend's house, and he was like, hey, we're gonna make some homemade pizzas, bring the kids, we're gonna chill by the pool, do all that stuff. So we go over there and we made our own homemade pizzas, pizza dough, the whole nine. And I ate the pizza. Dude, that night and the next day, I just felt like crap. And what you realize isn't so much that, oh, you feel like crap when you eat that, is you realize that that's how crappy you felt the whole time before you started eating clean. Like before you started eating clean, that was the way you actually felt. You just didn't realize it. And it's so eye-opening to be like, holy crap, like that's terrible. That's literally how I've been feeling this whole time. And to like get away from it and how good you feel, and then to get like a sample taste of what you used to feel like, oh man. Like after that, I was like, dude, I never want to eat any of this junk because like I do not want to feel that way. But it's just really crazy how many people feel that way 24/7 because that's what they eat 24/7, and they don't feel any different because they don't know what it feels like to not feel sluggish and not feel like crap because they're just so used to eating that way. You know, their diet's been that way for so long. It's really, really crazy to think about. Bro, this experiment Twitch build is kicking my ass. I think I need to try to get a different setup here.
I am Zorn's reckoning.
Okay, Bruiser. I really need to get a Twitch. That would be nice. This will work for now. What did I get here? Firelight. I could go experiment. I literally got the same. Nope. Okay. So we do have an extra experiment emblem now. You've been eating clean for, yeah, it's, to me it's just so much. Our kids eat clean, you know, Priscilla eats super clean. So it's not like, you know, I'm sitting there going like, oh man, like, you know, she eats like this and I wish she would eat like this. Like we eat like super healthy all the time. So it definitely helps when your significant other is on the same page as you when it comes to nutrition. That is a huge help. Because when they're not, and they're just kind of like, you know, doing whatever. I should have swapped him out. It makes it a lot harder when, like, you know, they're eating whatever and you're just like looking at them eat that and you're just like, dang, that looks really good.
Is a parasite.
Exercising though, you've always lacked? Well, muscle and metabolism are directly related. So and metabolism and aging and health are also directly related. So adding more muscle mass in a healthy manner is the healthiest thing you can do for your body. So it's definitely something to kind of prioritize, because if you don't, you're really harming your metabolism incredibly, and you definitely don't want to do that. You want to keep your metabolism as high as you possibly can for as long as you can, and good quality muscle is the best way to do that.
They'll have a few screws loose by the end of this.
Because there's really no substitute for it at all. Oh, come on! I got all those experiment units and I could not get a Twitch. Most I've been doing are using it. Dude, pull-ups are amazing. Pull-ups are amazing. If you can get like a set of home dip bars, if you go, so I made a video about fitness, like accessories for gamers. I put in the description on that video on YouTube is some pull-up bars and also dip bars. I'm pretty sure I gave two options. One like a more expensive version, and then one like just your basic, you know, a cheap option. But I will tell you this, for total upper body building and strength, if you just did pull-ups and dips, and those were the only two exercises you did for your upper body, like, you'd be set. No joke. Those two are the best, most complete versions of push workout and a pull workout that you can possibly do for your upper body. And then doing them correct, obviously, is super important. But like even when we go to the gym, so we do a push-pull leg split. We go 6 days a week. So no matter what, every workout on pull day, we do pull-ups. Like if we want to focus on the build side of the pull-ups, then we'll do it either second exercise or first exercise, to where we can really maybe do weighted pull-ups, to where our glycogen stores are still in our muscles, where we can do max output, right? And we can focus really on trying to build our upper body through the pull-up. Or we throw it at the end of the exercise, because say we're running, our other first 3 exercises and first 3 groups of sets, we want to focus on a different part of our back, maybe like a seated row, or like bent over rows, whatever it is that we're trying to, that's the main focus of that day of trying to build. Then we put that towards the front of the workout, and then we'll put pull-ups at the end as like a burner, just to get every last bit of juice out of our upper body. And then we'll throw pull-ups at the end. And then we do the same thing for dips. So on push day, every push day we do has dips. And either, like I said, if our focus is to build the muscle groups associated with dips, then we're going to front load that in our workout, and we'll do weighted dips. We have a strap that goes around our back, and we can load up weights on it, and we just freaking go to town, right? Or if that's not the focus of our workout that day, say our focus is something else in our push, then we'll leave that at the end to do a burner, just to get the last bit of juice out of our triceps and chest. Your palms away from you, you're limited to having your hands close together, since there isn't room to space your hands apart that much. All right, so this is actually a common misconception. A lot of people think you need to go super wide on your pull-ups to get a back width. That's actually that's a myth. When you're doing pull-ups, you just need to find whatever's a comfortable hand position for you. So you don't have, like, when people go on a lat pull down bar and they go, oh, like you need to go super wide. No, you don't. Like, that's actually a myth. That's not the muscle stimulus what gives you the wide back. Any hand grip, as long as your hands aren't touching each other, right? Any hand grip, pronated, which is pronated is when your palms are facing away from you. That's pronated. Supinated is if your palms are facing you and you're in more of a curl position. That will have an effect on what muscle groups are primarily used in the movement. But if you're still pronated, palms away from you, it doesn't matter how wide you go on the bar, as long as you're in a comfortable position, you're still targeting your lats, you're still targeting your mid back, your rear delts, even parts of your traps. It's still going to target everywhere on your back, regardless of how wide you go or how narrow you go. Now, if you go supinated, now your palms are facing you, you're going to emphasize and put a lot more of the stress in the muscle on the biceps. So that's the main difference. And it's not so much because of the pulling motion is targeting the biceps, it's because your mind muscle connection, your palms are facing you in a curl position, so you automatically, your elbow flexion, you're going to try and flex your elbows and pull yourself up with your elbow flexion instead of pulling yourself up with your back. So you're going to end up putting more tension under load on your biceps than you are the rest of your back. So the limiting factor on the palms facing you is actually going to end up being your biceps, more so than your bigger, bulkier muscles of your back. So they may seem easier because you're not really using the whole part of your back, you're using a lot more biceps. But over time, when you grow your back doing pull-ups and you're doing them pronated with your palms facing away from you, over time, those end up becoming easier because now the limiting factor isn't the strength of your biceps, it's the full strength of your back. So learning how to do pull-ups like properly and a nice slow controlled eccentric, which is like the coming down from the bar, that's how you want to load up on that exercise. It's not like you see a lot of people they do a pull up and they pause at the top. That's not where you want to pause if you want maximum stimulus and maximum muscle growth. Come up to the top, chin over the bar, and then nice and controlled come back down. And as you come back down, when you're at the very bottom and you're getting that deep stretch in your back and deep stretch in your lats, that's where you want to pause, because that stretching under load, because of gravity, under load and tension, that stretching of the muscle is actually the most hypertrophic part. So that's the most muscle building part, is when you're at that full extension under load and tension. So if you can pause down there for a second and then explode back up, nice and controlled on the way down, that's going to be your freaking bread and butter. What about using the hand grips at the far sides of the door bar? Your palms aren't facing your way. It's kind of okay. So that's a neutral grip. So a neutral grip is kind of in between. Initially, neutral grip's not bad. It's better than honestly, it's better than doing what's called curl ups, which is a supinated grip. But it's still not as muscle building as doing a pronated grip, palms away, unless, okay, this is kind of the weird part of the anatomy of our body. So if you're in a neutral grip where basically your thumbs are facing your face, right? So your palms are facing each other in a neutral grip. I assume that's the grip you're talking about. If you can get your palms closer together, so say instead of it being about shoulder width apart, if that grip was say about 4 inches from each other, to where your hands are kind of in almost the width of your face, that will build more back than being parallel to your shoulders. And here's the reason why is when you come up and your hands are close together, not shoulder width, but when they're close together, kind of like a V bar grip that you would see at the gym, right? When your hands are close together and you come up to the top part of that movement, your elbows go down and back and wrap around your back in order for you to get that bar to your chest, or your chest to that grip, right? And by doing so, you're actually using your back to rotate and retract your scapula of your shoulders and your back, which is going to cause your lats and your traps to contract. Then when you do the eccentric motion, when you're coming back down, you're resisting that contraction and you're pulling now the opposite way, a full stretch in a rounded motion around your back, which is the actual natural motion of your arms. It's a lot easier, say, to uppercut up and to the side a little bit than it is to uppercut straight up and down, right? Because the way our shoulders and their rotation, it's a lot easier to reach up and touch something maybe at an angle than it is to uppercut straight up and down. That's why, like, when you're punching, or like Mike Tyson, when he punches like quickly across the body, is because it's a natural flowing movement compared to just uppercutting straight up and down in, a grip that's parallel to your shoulder width. Your body just doesn't really have that force curve. So if you can put your hands closer together on that neutral grip, then you're actually using the force curve of the shape of your shoulders and the way your back is rounded to really drive that tension into the back. So like that, there's like a lot of like small nuances, which obviously, me as a trainer for my clients, that's kind of like the benefit of having somebody in person, right? That knows what the fuck they're talking about and how to train, because then they can give you those small little cues during your workout and be like, hey, actually, if you do this, this is what I really want to see. This is how I can maximize this. Because at the end of the day, if you just do the regular neutral grip, are you still building muscle? Yes. Are you still getting hypertrophy? Yes. But are you optimizing the movement to where you're getting the absolute most you possibly can? No. Right? So if you're all about optimizing, say, your time in the gym or the amount of time you have to work out and you want to make it the best workout possible, then it's good to, do the movement in the most optimal way. But some people just take that a little too far, right? Like they kind of take the fun out of their workout, because all they do is like, oh, let me find the most optimal back day. And then say it's got like 6 exercises, 4 to 5 sets each. And it's not exercises that they typically like to do, but scientifically it's the most effective workout, right? Well, if you take the enjoyment and the fun out of the workout, your chances of being consistent go down, right? Because you're just not really enjoying your workout. So like what I suggest is like when I'm designing plans for people, or if like I'm training people in my clients that are in-person clients, I always ask them like, what's your favorite leg workout? Like, especially to girls, because girls love doing like, cable on their ankle and doing these kickbacks. Are they the most optimal exercise for building their glutes and hammies? No. But if it's an exercise they really love to do, then I'm going to throw that in their program, because I want them to be enjoying their workout too, not just always going for the most optimal possible,
The world has seen enough darkness.
workout design. So I think it's important that when people are trying to figure out their workout split or how they're going to do their workout, is I always make it important for people to remember they still need to enjoy their workout, right? They really still need to enjoy what they're doing. If they're not enjoying it, then the chances of them being super consistent kind of go down. So it's not always about just finding the most optimal, what's like the best possible workout I can possibly do and make it the most optimal. That's not always like, the best strategy. I think I'm gonna go Academy. It's pretty good. That's not the best items, but it's not bad. I could go Automata. I've got this little guy right here, and that guy right there, and that guy right there. I'm gonna do something like this for now. How long do these workouts take, do you think? Because after a set of 2 or 3 or 4, I'd get tired, can't maintain. Okay, so are you talking about like a total workout, or are you talking about, say, doing the dips and the
I'm gonna
pull-ups?
knock 'em dead.
Oh, you could probably do 4 sets, maybe 5, and break. I mean, so here's the thing with like rest, right? In between sets. Some people are like, oh, you need to rest 1 minute. You need to rest 3 minutes. You need to rest this. You need to rest that. There's no like, oh, this is how long you need to rest. It's very body specific and person specific. So this is what I suggest, and this is kind of like how I run my workouts in exercises. Is normally if I'm at the gym training, I'm usually training with Priscilla. So her doing a full set for like a minute and a half is usually enough rest for me, so I can just go into my set. But if I did like a super heavy squat or leg press or something that like took a lot of energy for that particular set, how I run my rest is I wait till I get back to almost my resting heart rate, or I'm not winded, right? Because if you do a heavy enough set, or you do like, you do enough pull-ups, or you hang for enough time on the pull-up bar, you're probably going to be a little winded, right? So if you go into your next set and you're kind of winded, you're out of breath, you're not allowing yourself enough rest time to prepare yourself for your next set. So how I look at rest time is, okay, I look at like what's my You know, how fast is my heart rate? Am I out of breath? If so, okay, then I need to rest a little bit longer just to get my breathing back under control and get my heart rate under control, because the higher my heart rate is and the more out of breath I am, the higher my cortisol level is, my stress hormone. And I need to bring that down a little bit so that I can perform at optimum level. I can really, you know, get the most out of that set. So that's how you want to do your rest, like in between your sets on your bar, is, you know, getting in some time in on the bar. And, you know, like if you're trying to do something, say every day, you know what, every day I'm going to do pull-ups and every day I'm going to do dips. Bro, like 4 to 5 sets each, you're golden. You're done. Like, that's it. Yeah, sometimes it could take, I've had clients that say they're relatively not in shape, right? And I'm pushing them. Okay, I'm pushing them to get another set, to hit harder, right? Sometimes that could be like 5 minutes of rest in between sets. And you know what? It's perfectly okay, right? Because I'd rather you get the rest that you need to get ready for your next set than you give me some bullshit half-ass set, right? Because then you're just wasting your actual working set on, you know, being fatigued. I'd much rather wait the extra minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, and then you give me a badass set, fucking give me everything you got, going close to failure, keeping maybe like 3 reps in reserve, right? Then you pushing yourself a little too hard and going too soon, and then you can't really push yourself very well, and then all of a sudden it's like you kind of gave me like this half-ass set, and it's like, damn, I really wanted you to give me a little more, you know. A couple sets and that's the end of the workout, or just rest a bit longer, try again. I mean, it's up to you. I would say doing 4 sets of as many pull-ups as you can, and don't look at it as this is how many sets. Look at your total volume. Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to get to 20 pull-ups. If it takes me 5 sets of 4 pull-ups, then it takes me 5 sets of 4 pull-ups. If it takes me 2 sets of 10, then I probably need to set my goal a little higher than 20. But if you're looking at it in the lens of, you know what, I want to get myself up to a certain amount of pull-ups, then that's going to be kind of how you attack it, right? Like, is by going through the lens of I'm going to achieve a certain amount of pull-ups, and you'll get there for sure. And like I said, sometimes that might take, you know, 5 sets, sometimes it takes 2 sets, sometimes it takes 3. But if you say do 2 sets of 10 pull-ups and you're at 20, then you should be able to do 2 more sets without any issue. Like, there should be no reason why, unless you just gave up.
Wonderful.
But in reality, it's not. The difference between going like, you know, 2 of 10 and maybe doing 20 all at once, you know, is just a matter of how hard you're pushing yourself or not. Am I gonna go full automata? I think so, because I have an emblem. Hopefully I get a Malzahar.
Next time, come at me with everything you've got.
I need a blitz. Oh, that's pretty good. I do need... Nocturne is not the best tank, but he'll do for now. In fact, he's not a tank at all, but... Never really counted how many I can do until just mainly like I can do 10 in a row and then 10. Dude, that's perfect. So if you can do 10 in a row, this is what I would do. Is tell yourself you're going to do 12. Push for 12. If you hit 12, fucking awesome. If you don't and you hit 11 or you hit 10, cool. Rest it up. On your next set, say I'm going to do more than the set I did before. So say you get to 9. Then your second set, you're going to say, you know what? I'm at least going to do 10. Because if you mentally put in your head a goal of how many you're going to hit, you're more than likely going to hit that goal. If you don't, you just kind of like go until you're tired. You're going to tire out before you're actually tired. you're going to mentally tire out from that exercise before you're actually physically tired on the exercise. So set yourself a little goal. So like say you set your goal for 10, you get to 8. Your next set, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go for 10 again. And say you get to 7. So then your next set, you're going to realistically say, you know what? My first set I did 8. I'm going to at least try and get 8. If you get to 8, be like, hey, I hit 8. Let me try one more, right? Push to try to get to that 9. Then on your 4th set, you set your goal to where you had just hit that set before. Okay, I did 9. My goal is to hit 9. And then on that last set, say it's your 4th set, you just go and try to hit that 9. And if you don't, say you get 4 and you crash out. You're like, oh my God, I could not get any more out. I did 4. That was all I could do. Pause. Shake out your arms real quick. Pause for like half a second. Get back up there. Try to get 2 more. Then pause. Try to get 2 more again after that. So what you're doing is what's called myo reps. And what you're trying to do is a myo rep match set. You're trying to match your previous set of reps. And you're going to continue doing that until you've gotten pretty close to what your overall volume goal was. That's like a freaking amazing way to train. It's not always like, that's not always the best way to train. But when you're like really trying to push yourself to get a little bit more, it is a fantastic way to train, is doing a myo set match, especially on pull-ups, dips, things like that. So a lot of times like what happens, like for example, Priscilla can do a shit ton of pull-ups and a shit ton of dips. She is extremely strong. But when she fatigues, then I'll drop it down. Okay, babe, let's go. Let's go. You know, give me 2 more sets of 3. So she'll knock out 3, rest. Knock out 3, and then she still has more in the tank. Be like, okay, now give me 1 more set, nice and slow, 1 rep, super slow. Control all the way down, control all the way up, and then when she hits it, if she has anything left in the tank. If we have, say, like one of those assisted pull-up machines or assisted dip machines, hey, let's move over to that, use the assistance, and try to rep out another 6 if you can, just to get the very last bit out of her hypertrophy. Yeah, I mean, you can continue to do that. There's nothing wrong with that approach. But there is something about making a point to how do I say this? Making it a point to get in a solid amount of reps for each type of set of exercise on more than just 1 or 2 here and there. 1 or 2 here and there is still better than none ever, right? If that makes sense. So getting some in while you can, absolutely. But there's something about doing a solid set of exercises while keeping in mind that your whole goal is to is really to develop, you know, your body strength. Then you're probably going to need to do more than just 1 or 2 here and there. Let me do this. Let's throw you on you, you on you, you on you. Let's do this. There we go. That's what we're going to do right there. I think I need another tank item.
Wonderful.
I sense fear.
Okay, we need to start rolling. We're at level 8. We haven't stabilized. There was one time my right shoulder got sore or something doing it and trying it. Luke can do as many. It was like that for days. Calorie tracking is good if you're trying to achieve a very, very specific goal, right? So if like you're trying to achieve, if you're in a fat loss phase and you really want to track your calories, then it's good to track your calories so you have an idea of where you're at. But for the general public, eating healthy and changing the way they eat is far more important than tracking their calories. But like I said, if you have a very specific goal, like you're trying to lose a certain amount of weight or you're trying to gain a certain amount of weight, it's not a bad idea to track your calories so you have an idea of where your your baseline is. So like for you, if you're trying to gain weight, instead of tracking your calories, instead track your protein, right? So take what your weight is, you know, what it say you're 200 pounds, multiply it by 0.82, and that's going to give you a rough idea of how much protein you need minimum per day and to help increase your muscle mass. If you go much more than that, it's kind of diminishing returns. You know, like there used to be like, I actually did this in that macro video. I kind of broke it down. So there used to be this old adage that, oh, you need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every single day. And then some people will be like, no, you need to bump that to 1.5 grams or you need 2 grams, da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So the problem is none of that, all that was bro science. None of that was research backed. So the scientific research studies that have been done have proven that there's diminishing returns of how much muscle can truly be gained from grams of protein, and it stops at 0.82 grams per pound. Okay, so that's where the benefits of protein for muscle gain end. But if you want to, say, increase your total caloric input and you don't want to increase it with extra fats or extra carbs, you could increase your protein just to get the extra calories because it's 4 calories per gram and you're getting a cleaner extra calorie. But the problem is it's not really going to be based on just muscle gain alone. That's mainly for weight gain. So the studies done by the Journal of Applied Physiology are who really did the biggest study on this. And they found it's 0.54 to 0.82 grams per pound of body weight is like your optimum benefit of protein intake, right? If you're trying to lose fat, keeping it around 0.54 to 0.73 grams is kind of like your sweet spot. Maintenance, probably around 0.5 gram per pound of body weight, right? That's based on the Journal of Applied Physiology. But then you also have another study done, which was called a meta-analysis. And it was done by, I believe it was the British Journal of Sports Med, I think. Yeah, British Journal of Sports Medicine, I'm pretty sure. What they found in their meta-analysis is that their test subjects didn't benefit beyond 0.73 grams per pound as far as further increasing their mass or strength. But the Journal of Applied Physiology study found that they did get an increase up into 0.82. So like how I recommend to like my clients is like anywhere between 0.7 and 0.8 per gram of body weight or per pound of body weight is kind of like your sweet spot, right? So if you're 100 and, you know, if you're 200 pounds, then that's about 160 grams of protein. Somewhere around there, right? So like when I'm setting up meal plans for my clients, I'm like, look, if you're trying to lose a specific amount of weight, We can do your BMI calculator, we can do all those things, but all those are rough estimates of what your total caloric output is, right? We're just kind of getting like a rough estimate, but it's dependent on how sedentary you are, how active you are, how active your job is, how much training do you do. All these different factors affect how much total caloric output. So what I'll do is I'll do a baseline. I'll be okay. I'm gonna use a baseline calculator to get like your basic basic BMR, your basal metabolic rate, and then I'm gonna throw that into another calculator to give me, about roughly based on your lifestyle, how many calories you burn per day. But it's still an estimate, right? So then I'll set up based on how much they weigh and everything. This is the protein number I need you to hit. As long as you hit that protein number and you stay relatively low on your fats and your carbs, or mainly your carbs, you're going to start losing weight if you're about 250 calories under this estimated output. So I'll have them track their calories in the beginning just to find out if that baseline caloric burn that we think that they're burning per day, find out if it's higher or lower. So if by the end of, say, the first month, the first 30 days, they've either maintained the same weight and they've actually stuck to their meal plan, if they've maintained the same weight, gained weight, or lose weight, then we know, okay, your actual caloric output is either higher, lower, or is actually what we estimated, right? And that gives us, that first 30 days gives us an idea of then how I'm going to adjust their plan. And then I usually don't have my clients weigh in except every 4 weeks, because a lot of, and most people this happens to, a lot of people get so fixated on the number on the scale. Instead, what I have my clients do is I say, okay, every 4 weeks, I'm going to have you check in with me. I'm going to do a basic body scan using like an Omnitron, body scanner. They're not super, super accurate as far as body fat percentage, but kind of gives us a rough estimate, right? So I'm going to weigh you, I'm going to do your body scan, and I'm going to take a look at it. Your job is to stick to your meal plan, stick to the training program that I've given you, show up to the gym on our days that we're training together, and then your job is every week to take a photo of yourself in the same exact position, the same exact movement, the same angles, the same lighting, the whole nine. Don't start comparing them yet. Don't compare them until the 4 weeks, right? You don't need to send them to me. You hang on to those for yourself. Because what's going to happen is at the end of that 4 weeks, I'm going to weigh them. More than likely, the scale might show, oh, they lost 10 pounds. And they'll be like, oh, I like that I lost 10 pounds, but I really wanted to lose more. And it's like, okay, now let's look at the difference in your photos. We'll compare their initial photo to the 4th week photo. And they'll be like, holy shit. I'll be like, yeah. So basically what's happening is we're recomping your body. You're putting on lean muscle tissue because you're eating the right amount of protein. You're losing the fat mass. So the scale is going down slowly, but you're replacing a lot of the fat with muscle, and muscle is much smaller than fat cells. So it takes up less space. But here, hold on. Give me 1 second. Speaking of food, I had to grab my berries. I was getting hungry. Yeah, so that's kind of like I had to go in the cooler in the back. grab my fruit. It's getting hungry. You're around 140 pounds. So you have the advantage that what you're trying to do is gain. But what you don't want to do is dirty bulk, right? Just eat like a shit ton of everything. So for you, 140 pounds, pretty much as long as you you hit your protein goal, which at like 0.82 is probably like 114, 115. Yeah, probably around there, 114, 115 grams of protein. As long as you hit that every day, like bare minimum, then you're good. Now, as far as your other macros go, like I said, I made a whole video on this. If you wanted to check it out and screenshot the numbers and stuff like that, it's on YouTube. But whatever you do, do not let your fats drop below 0.25 of your total weight. So if you're 140 pounds, a quarter of that in grams is what? 70, 35. So a quarter of that is 35 grams. So the two things that you really need to track is your protein and your fats. Bare minimum, don't drop below 35 grams of fats. Bare minimum. If you're eating high quality protein, high quality meat, like red meat, fish, avocados, eggs, all those kinds of things, you should be getting a good amount of fats. Nuts have a lot of good fats in them, but like I said, they're not the most easily digestible things for humans. But how would you track your fats? You can use like what's that one app? MyFitnessPal. A lot of people use the MyFitnessPal app. There's other like macro calculating or tracking apps out there. I can't really speak on how good those are. I don't really use those because I don't really track my calories, because I just eat the way I eat, super clean, and it keeps me around. I usually hover around between 9 and 11% body fat throughout the year. So like in May, we're going to Florida for a vacation, and since we'll be near like Miami area, I told Priscilla, I was like, all right, I'm going to do a little mini cut. So I'm gonna try and get down to like 7 or 8% body fat by May. So that when I show up, and I'll be shredded as shit. But I kind of know what my body needs and how much calories I need. So like I eat a lot of like really good aged cheese and aged dairy, along with the meats and fish and fruit that I eat. So when I'm cutting, what I'll do is I'll just cut out a lot of that extra aged dairy, so that my caloric intake goes like 200 calories less per day, and which is about 21 grams of fat. So I'll cut out about 21 grams of fat, and that puts me about a 200 calorie deficit than what I normally eat. Hold on, I gotta put my drink away. Hold on. Thought I grabbed my strawberry bang, and I grabbed the peach one. There we go. So that's kind of how like I track my calories, is based on like I already know how much I eat throughout the day, because I used to track for so long that like I can look at how much is on my plate, and I kind of have an idea of how much calories I'm at. Eat the same thing every day. Quinoa, ground beef, chicken, mixed nuts, boiled eggs, frozen broccoli, berries, spinach, and a scoop of creatine. That's pretty good. I'll be honest, you don't need the quinoa. I mean, if you like it because of the taste, by all means. But your body doesn't actually need that. If you're getting enough fruit, that's really like a really good source of carbs. This is what I would do. Are you allergic to dairy at all? Salmon's good. Pears to the ground, but yeah, like I said, it's not like quinoa isn't like a crucial, really any grains, rice, any of that, they're not really crucial to our diet. You don't have to drink milk. Like, I have no problem with milk. I like milk, but I don't really drink it. But getting a good aged cheese, like, I don't know if you have like Costco by you, but Costco usually gets, they usually have a pretty good selection of different types of like fancy cheeses. But like a good aged cheese has got some really good health benefits. But it's a good way to get some extra fats in. Oh yeah. I mean, whey protein, like, I don't use whey protein. I'm not a fan, but there's some, like, okay, there's mixed arguments and mixed feelings about whey protein. Scientifically speaking, whey protein is going to channel into the muscles and have muscle protein synthesis just like any other protein. So, is it effective for getting into the muscles? Yes. So, because of that, some people are quite big fans of whey protein. Then you have the people that are, say, lactose intolerant, or they find issues with milk-based protein. So then, because of that, they rule out all whey proteins as being inflammatory. Me personally, I don't really use a whole lot of protein powder, just because I like to eat my food. I don't really like to supplement my food. So I'd much rather eat fish, steak, ground beef, shrimp, other seafood. I'd much rather eat my protein than drink my protein. But we do get a animal-based protein that uses salmon, beef, chicken. It's powdered, but it is animal-based protein. And we will throw it into like eggs and stuff, because Priscilla makes these like carb-free pancakes, which are basically like low-fat cottage cheese, banana, egg, and like that's it. But she'll add in a little bit of extra protein powder so that each one of those pancakes, it's like 2 eggs and extra 24 grams from the protein powder. So like literally I'll eat pancakes that are literally just protein and good quality fats, and it'll be like 56 grams of protein. It's freaking, that's what I had this morning. So we'll use like protein powders to add into our current food, but we never like we'll just drink a protein shake replacing a meal or replacing eating protein with shakes. or protein powders. So in reality, what you could use for carbs: fruits. If you like vegetables, you can add in some vegetables, but you can literally eat an unlimited amount of fruits and veggies. And then if you need to sweeten anything, you sweeten it with raw honey and real maple syrup. Not like Aunt Jemima's table syrup. I'm talking about like real maple syrup from a tree, and stuff like that. Hold on. So the more protein you eat, the more full you're going to be. You know, right? Protein is like your most satiating food. Like when you eat grains, you eat rice, you eat quinoa, breads, things like that. It increases your blood sugar, causes a big spike in blood sugar increase, which then causes your body to release extra insulin. When you do that, you're trying to bring your blood sugar levels down. So what happens is you metabolize it super fast, and then once you metabolize it, you overproduce insulin. So what happens is after you've overproduced insulin, your body has to take that insulin somewhere. And if you're not exercising while doing it and trying to store it as muscle glycogen, it can be stored as fats, or be built up within the bloodstream, which in turn causes your blood sugar to crash. When your blood sugar finally crashes, that's when you feel like, oh freak, I'm so freaking hungry again, because you're going through this ebb and flow, up and down, right? Versus primarily eating protein is going to keep you satiated, because it takes a little bit longer to break down, and it's a steady flow of metabolic energy in the body without causing a major insulin spike. It does require a little bit of insulin to process into your bloodstream, but it's a lot lower glycemic index than, say, like a grain or like a major carb. Berries like raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, blackberries, that's like does wonders for your body because of all the antioxidants. And like for me to get to like say 75 grams of carbs with strawberries, bro, I'd have to eat like a bucket of strawberries. Like it's just like I probably never hit more than 100 grams of carbs in a day, because all my carbs are from fruits. So like right now I just had like probably 8 ounces of blueberries and blackberries mixed together, and I'm about to eat some tuna in about 20 minutes. So I had like some ribeye steak about right before I started streaming. I ate it, and then I had my eggs this morning. So I'll be ready for my tuna in like 20 minutes, and then I eat a bunch of fruit, and fucking that's it. Like,
my duty.
but like this morning on my eggs, or like the pancake thing that she made me, I put a little bit of honey and a little bit of maple syrup, and fucking that helps get me to a little bit higher carb number, because it's hard for me to hit my carb numbers just eating fruit. Bloated, feels super fast, stay full for the whole day, wasn't a good feeling. Yeah, so that's kind of like an example of our digestive systems really aren't like designed for grains. You know, we have one of the most acidic levels of stomach acid of animals. We have a similar pH level in our stomach acid to that of a vulture. Like we're on like a scale of like 1.5. We actually have a more acidic stomach than a lion or a wolf. So we are meant to process and break down meats super fast, right? Versus like a cow has multiple stomachs and they process their food through fermentation, right? We don't have a fermentation stomach. So our ability to process and absorb food is based on how fast we can digest it with our stomach acid. And unfortunately, grains don't really allow us to do that very effectively. So that could be why you were feeling so like, ugh, after eating a lot of rice.
You wanna go?
Pew, 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 pew.
Unmatched power.
What am I gonna build? I got watchers over here. Maybe academy. Maybe rebel. I don't know. I don't even know what comp to build today. We haven't done rebels in a while. Maybe we'll run a little rebel. This really depends on what forecast we get. We don't really have a good direction with these items. What to build? Yeah, MCT oil. Yeah, of course.
Zon's with me every
We got a
fight.
Zeri.
This time's no different.
And Watcher. We have a lot of Watchers. Are we going to go a Zeri Watcher build? I think we will. So what, Sniper and Watchers I think is really the build. So we need a
Behave
Garen.
yourself.
We don't,
Woo!
yeah, maybe that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with like a Watcher Zeri build. Let's drop you. Let's put you front and center. Little Miss Zeri. Let's go with we need Scar, we need, I guess I can go with a tanky item. Let's go like something like this. Let's go here, let's go here. Let's get rid of the bruiser. Okay, these are all Watchers, so we need to get rid of Leona. Ooh. Look like we found a tank. I'm trying to take a bit of that with vitamin D3 supplements, but I'll probably need some K, seeing how the nuts and eggs aren't going to be enough. Yeah. Get a good vitamin K supplement. MCT oil is good for you. There's nothing wrong with taking MCT oil. I don't use it as much because I eat a lot of avocado, and like we cook our food in like avocado oil or beef tallow. So I get a lot of really good fats from my current diet already. So we're gonna do this. 4 Watchers. Let's throw this on him. But yeah, MCT oil is good. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. I mean, it's good for a lot of different things, not just your diet. Coconut oil too. It's basically where it comes from. You're not a fan of avocados? Oh man, I love avocados. I love them. Can't get enough of them.
Scurry, weakling.
But I'm also in California, so we have avocados everywhere. Kind of used to eating it. Okay, Warmogs. Yeah, Daddy.
Fully charged.
Can I get a sniper? Alright, I'm going to save my money to level 6 so we can try and get Zeried up to... Oh yeah, you're in Canada. Oh, you're over by New York, huh? You know, Canada is one of the countries, but believe it or not, of all the countries I've been to, I've never actually been to Canada. And you guys are quite close. I've been to our other neighbors. I've been to Mexico and South America, Central America, all over. But I've actually never been to Canada. I have a lot of friends that are in Canada that I've met over the years, especially in video gaming. A lot of people that live over there, they're always like, yeah, you got to come out and see me. And I'm like, yeah, do I got to go to Canada though? Like, come on, don't make me go out to Canada. You're 30 minutes away? Oh, so we did, like, back in the day, we had a huge guild for World of Warcraft. This is way back before Burning Crusade, because I stopped playing WoW back when Burning Crusade came out. In like 2005 or 6, whatever it was. But we had a pretty big guild, and we ended up doing this big, like, we had a bunch of guild funds in this bank account. I was running the guild. We ended up doing this fun meetup in Vegas, where we rented like a convention hall thing in Vegas, and we did like a pool party, and we had, I think it was like close to like 90 people showed up. So it was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of people in person, but a bunch of them were from Canada too, and we made in contact over years. But yeah, we've done that before. That was a load of fun. I don't feel like that's a good trade-off, actually. Yeah, I don't think I really want that trade. For a lot of people, yeah, because back then, it's not, like, I think that's when, like, MySpace was still fucking going on. That was before, like, Instagram or any of that shit. So, like, and I think we used, like, either Skype or Ventrilo, or God only knows what we did.
Testing in progress.
So it was like, yeah, it was like the first time we all met in person. But that was really fun. We did another one in Vegas like a couple years later with that game, Warhammer Age of Reckoning. We did like a big meetup, and that was a lot of fun too. Kind of similar situation, except like one of the people in the guild, he was a professor for UNLV, the University of North Las Vegas. So he somehow arranged it to where we got to use their their mess hall to do, like, have everybody come together and hang out. That was actually a lot of fun.
Zon's with me every fight.
Ooh,
This
another
time's no
sniper.
different.
Another snipper. I think I'm gonna just stick with Watcher. Oh, there we go.
By my hand.
There we go. Belt overflow. That's good. That is good. I think we already have. We need Garen. That's what we need. But let's throw Twitch in here. Going to New York and Missouri, though, I thought, or Michigan, I thought I would say you definitely as trash to your people. They would I could see why you'd say that. Most all Canadians I've ever met have been like super nice, super polite. I remember when I was in Jamaica, there was a huge amount of freaking Canadians out there, because I guess that's like a big destination for y'all to go visit for some reason. Maybe it's because it's like tropical and it's just a way to get away from your guys' winters. I don't know. But there was like a huge amount of Canadians. Like literally everybody there, I was like, oh, where are you from? They're like, oh, I'm from Canada, eh? And I'm like, oh yeah, Canada.
Fully charged.
But yeah, I found out I was like a bunch of people there from Canada. But yeah, everybody was like super nice. They all liked to party, that's for sure. They were a lot of fun.
Surrender to death.
Oh yeah, over there in Canada. You hate the sun and prefer cold weather? Well, that's probably why you're still in Canada. You might want to go to Alaska, dude. Then you don't have to deal for the sun for like 6 months out of the year. You don't even have the sun, you know?
We all belong here.
Just be shipping your vitamin D all the way out there. Let's see. I think we need to add in... What, another watcher? Throw him in. Guess we can put this on him for now. We need a Garen. That's what we need. We need Senor Garon. Oh, automatic. Oh, I don't really need that right now. I need one more scar. If I can get the U.S. prices and products, that would be perfect. Till then I have to deal with Canada. Oh, I know. Well, you guys are getting rid of like a big problem, right? I don't know when Trudeau is getting the fuck out of there, but at least you guys are on the path of getting him the hell out. So you guys can start freaking rebuilding. Because that guy's fucking woof. What a turd that guy is, huh? You know, you know what's crazy is, right, you hear like everybody's got their opinion on this person, this politician, that politician. Bro, I have never heard a single Canadian, any of my Canadian friends, ever say anything good about that guy. Not one. Not one. Like, everybody there hates that dude. I'm like, damn, like, he could not be more hated than he is, I feel like.
We fight for those who cannot.
I feel like he is probably the most hated politician up there in Canada. But you guys are able to get him out. I mean, that's a bonus. That's a big bonus for y'all. But I thought you guys voted his ass out like fucking a long ass time ago. How come that dude's still in? I'm pretty sure you guys voted his ass out. Y'all kicked his ass out. Or are you guys just waiting for a new election, or I don't know how your guys' system works. Because I know he got booted, but he's still in power somehow. Or he's still the PM. No products that the U.S. has, and it does it. It's marked up so much. Yeah, well, your guys' inflationary rate is through the roof. For whatever reason, your prime minister is like, I don't know. I feel like he resigned. Oh, you guys are voting now. Okay. That's what I was wondering. I didn't know exactly how that whole process had happened. I just know that he was no longer going to be in power. Yeah, the inflationary rate on your guys' currency is just through the roof. Plus the carbon taxing and all those things, it's not helping you guys whatsoever. So it's going to be a big issue. It's going to be a while until you guys can recover from that. But it's not impossible to recover from it, by any stretch of the mean. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to take probably a lot of time. It's probably going to take subsidization from our government, which, Trump doesn't want to have to deal with Trudeau, like, at all. So I think he's really putting those big tariffs on you guys to really promote getting him out sooner than later. Which sucks, because obviously, good trade between the U.S. and Canada is definitely important. But on the flip side, helping to subsidize a whole separate economy, it's definitely tough when our own economy was in the shitter for so long, that it's kind of like we got to focus on fucking getting our shit together first.
I belong here. We all belong here.
But I think once he's,
What we do is right.
that dude's gone and out, I think you guys are going to have a lot more relief, and it's definitely going to help. And I think it can turn around that economy and your guys' economy super, super fast. I truly believe that. I think you guys are going to make a comeback, and it's definitely going to take subsidization from us and working good trade agreements with us. Probably becoming energy partners, on the amount of oil and natural energy you guys have, natural gas and stuff, mixed with partnering with us on our pipelines and unleashing both. I think that's probably going to be the quickest way to get both countries going. One time I wanted to buy a shirt on Etsy for $20 from checkout, $30 for shipping to Canada. Total was like, God damn, for a t-shirt? That was brutal, dude. That is brutal. Oh my God, his Aurelia just ate my lunch, dude. God dang. Safe to say I didn't order it. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't order it either. I'd be like, you can keep your fucking t-shirt. I'm gonna make it myself. Fuck out of here. I got one more match in me, and then I need to go take a walk. I've been sitting in my truck for like 2 hours. I need to go walk around a little bit, get back on the road. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. I can't wait to go meet up with this client and teach them how to work out again. Our premier is threatening shutting off power to all nearby states and stuff too as retaliation of terrorists since they supply a lot of the energy. So I think the prime minister and the parliament forgets that even though we don't use our own energy for a lot of that, I think they forget the fact that we actually have an abundance of energy, right? So if they're going to try and use that as a trade tactic with Trump, it's not going to work, because Trump's already signing to unleash America's energy production to not only fuel energy in America, but also be one of the primary sources of petroleum globally, right? So I think the prime minister is assuming that we rely too much on their energy and that they can use that as a trade tactic. But if he was to actually look at like a lot of what these tariffs are, and most of these tariffs are reciprocal tariffs. because it's the tariffs you guys have on our export goods are too high, right? In this administration's opinion, which that administration pretty much represents majority of America's thought process right now. So because, you know, those tariffs seem a bit high for, you know, for trade, it's in the situation where it's like, okay, like, do you really want a trade war with Canada? It's like, no, we don't. He doesn't want a trade war with Canada, but he's not afraid to go into a trade war with Canada because he knows that we are really not as reliant on Canada's goods or your guys' energy and goods and lumber and things like that as Canada thinks, because your guys' administrations and your parliament and your prime minister has been used to the last 4 years of administration that was too afraid to use our own energy and use our own anything, right? So that's like the biggest problem is they assume, oh, like, you know, they're not going to do anything because they need us for energy. It's like, okay, well, we actually don't really need you guys for energy. We have our own energy. It's just it's been locked behind regulations and whether or not we can or can't use it. But now we have a president that wants to use our energy and wants to unleash our economy, and he's not afraid to do what he's got to do to make that happen. Now, do I honestly think that he's going to, like,
Let's be friends.
you know, tax and tariff Canada heavily? No, I think he's using it as a negotiation tool to achieve something, and we might not know exactly what it is yet, but we know he's trying to achieve something, some sort of goal that's to benefit the American people, right? So when you go into negotiations, it's like if I'm going to go buy a car, or I go into, you know, say I'm buying something on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, right? So say I go into this pricing negotiation. The guy says, I've got a used F-150 and I want $15,000 for it, right? I'm not going to hit him with, okay, I'll give you $14,999, right? I'm probably going to hit him a little bit lower. You know what? Based on the miles, I'll give you 10 for it. He's going to be like, I can't take less than 14. Then I'm going to say, I can't pay more than 12, right? So you go into negotiations. So that's exactly what Trump is doing right now with, like, Mexico, with Canada, and all these other countries when it comes to, you know, negotiations. And look what's happened, right? So let's talk about Taiwan's the biggest Taiwanese chip manufacturer in Taiwan. They make all the 97% of the market of the microchips. The president of that company, he's Taiwanese, did not want to have to pay the tariffs that Trump had threatened to be putting on import goods coming into America. If you don't want your tariffs on your product, come build a plant here in America and build your chips here in America. So what did the guy do? He announced that he is investing $165 billion in investment into building a new plant in Arizona to build their microchips, right? So was the goal of the tariff to get them to stay in Taiwan and pay the tariff tax to bring in here, or was it to create jobs here by having them invest in our economy and have the chips exported from the US out and to grow the American economy? Well, that's the goal. But a lot of people look at things short-sighted and they say, oh, he just wants to tariff the Taiwanese. Now all graphics card chips and cars, everything's going to cost more because, you know, he's putting tariffs on these microchips. Okay, yes, he threatened tariffs, but what did it do? It got him his ultimate goal, which was to negotiate the better price on a car, right? So his ultimate goal was to get jobs created here in America, to get those companies to come produce here in America so that our economy gets stimulated by the goods they're producing. So whether it's exporting, importing, whatever it is, his goal is to grow the U.S. economy for the U.S. citizens. And the problem with a lot of, you know, unfortunately, the liberal left side of thinking in our country is they don't look at the long-term thing, right? They just think, oh, everything's going to cost more because he's putting tariffs. It's like you don't understand. It's the purpose of the tariffs aren't always so that other countries have to pay money. A lot of it is a negotiating tool to get them to do something, right? So here's another example. When he first came into office and we started doing our mass deportations of illegal immigrants, okay? Venezuela said, we are not, you can't fly any of our Venezuelan immigrants back here. You're not going to fly them back into our airspace. So Trump said, oh, is that right? Okay, well then I'm putting a 200% tariff on all goods from Venezuela. Within a half hour, guess who calls Trump? The Venezuelan president is like, okay, you can drop the people off here, right? So it's not that he was actually going to put the 200%. If the guy refused to do what he wanted to do, which is for him to take back his citizens, then yeah, we were going to put the 200% tariff. But the whole purpose of the tariff was actually just to get him into the negotiation of okay, no, like you need to take your illegal citizens back, right? So when you see like when they first negotiated with Canada over the border control, fentanyl, and all those different things, right? And the lack of border security on our northern border. So when he first threatened the tariffs, what happened? Trudeau said, okay, we'll assign 10,000 more Canadian officers to our border. Sure. All right. Yeah. Like whatever you say, Mr. President, we'll get you, we'll get you those extra bodies. We're going to put people there. We're going to help secure the border. We see that we didn't really secure it as well as we could. Yada, yada, yada. Right. Okay, Daddy, whatever you say. Okay, Daddy. Yep. I'll do it. Because the threat of the tariffs were there. Obviously, something in that negotiation didn't go the way it was supposed to go. So what has then happened? Because it didn't go the way it was supposed to go, now that 30 days went up and Trump was like, no, you didn't achieve what you said you were going to achieve. You made it look like you were achieving what you want or what we wanted, but that wasn't the goal. So whatever it was that was behind closed doors talking to Trudeau and the Canadian Parliament didn't actually happen. So what did he do again? Okay, so I'm going to extend it 30 days, but in April 2nd, I'm going to hit you with the tariffs again. Why? Because it basically sets the precedent that either you achieve the goal with us that we want to achieve, or we're going to tariff you. Right? That's the true power of the tariffs. It has nothing to do with the revenue it's going to bring in. Right? You have Apple. Okay? So Apple has made pretty much all of their products in China for like the longest time and imported them in. So ahead of time, the CEO of Apple was like, dude, we need to get ahead of this because we're going to be paying a huge tariff bringing in our phones and our Apple products in from China into the US market. We don't want to do that. So what did he do? He signed a deal investing $500 billion into the US economy and opening a manufacturing plant here in the US. So the tariff wasn't specifically put on Apple, but the effect of the tariff on China caused Apple to say, you know what? We want to benefit from the tax reduction for having our products made in the US. And we want to benefit from not having our products tariffed. So instead, we're going to invest and build our products in the US. So did that tariff on China achieve a positive outcome for the American economy and the American worker? Absolutely, because now we're going to have this huge factory, which is going to create tens of thousands of jobs and create billions of dollars in tax revenue for our country, all because Trump threatened a tariff on Chinese imports, right? And placed a tariff on Chinese imports. So it's causing these companies to be like, oh shit, dude, I don't want to pay that. Like, we're gonna lose the market. Like, okay, like whatever he wants. Does he want us to build something over there? Okay, we'll fucking build something over there. Just don't tariff us, right? So that's the true power of the tariff that a lot of people really don't understand is on why or how it's so good, so to speak, in getting what we want, right? Or getting the things that, you know, the American people want from, you know, the economy or from our president, right? So there's like a lot of different like nuances to like the whole situation, but that's kind of like, if you don't look at it from a lens of a short-sighted lens and you look at the long-term goal, what's his long-term goal out of these tariffs? Well, his long-term goal is to get all these companies that import their goods into the US to come build factories and plants here and export their goods from the US out to other countries so our economy benefits from it. That's his ultimate goal. And will that be achieved? Abso-fucking-lutely, because the American economy is still one of the driving backbones of the global stage. So companies that want to compete and want a competitive marketplace will fall in line because they don't want to lose that competition or that marketplace that America brings. So it's like a twofold kind of like situation when it comes to the tariffs and those type of things. Now, as far as how I feel about Elon Musk going in and firing all those federal workers, when I've taken over a company, right? When I bought one of our gyms, and I went in there, and what do you think was one of the first things I did prior to buying the company? I looked at the back end of their books. Okay, so before going in and buying that gym, I looked at the back end between membership numbers, overall expenses, the rent of the facility, all these different things. I went in and I looked at the back end of this company. Okay, so what are our outgoing expenses versus our incoming income, right? What am I getting into? What am I buying here? Okay, so as I go in, I look and say, okay, we have, I'll use this one gym that we got, for example. They had 22 personal trainers there, which was about one trainer per like 50 members. Okay? Way too much. And these weren't like trainers that are renting a space. These were trainers on payroll. Okay? So, for every hour that the gym is open, not producing cash flow, I'm expending 23 payrolls of personal trainers. Like, that makes zero sense. No wonder why they were upside down. Their payroll cost was so high. So what did I do? I went in and said, okay, like, we need to look at, you know, what is the cause of this expenditure. Oh, we're paying too much in payroll. We don't need that many people on payroll, so let's dump some of the payroll. So that's what we did. We got rid of the trainers that really weren't producing. They weren't bringing in their own clients. They weren't producing a positive income to the business. So why are they being paid? So it's the same type of idea with the federal government. Why are we paying so many federal workers, right? Hold on one second.
This is gonna be bumpy. Baby, don't fail me now.
I'm back. Yeah, so like if you have, we'll just talk about, say, the federal budget, right? So of the U.S., our deficit is like well over $2 trillion, right? And if you have federal employees where 94% of the federal employees of our government weren't even showing up to work, they were working remote, so to speak. Like, what are we doing, right? If I come out and I take over a gym, and I find out that all the employees there are doing online programs for the clients of the gym or the members of the gym. They're not showing up doing in-person training. The front desk people aren't there. They hooked up a button at home, and as people come in, they just hit a button and open up the gate to allow them in. Nobody's showing up to the gym, and I come take over. I'm gonna be like, where are all my freaking employees? Where is everybody? Oh, yeah, we want to work remote. I'm not paying you to sit at home. Come to work. Come here. Come to the gym, right? Let's build this gym bigger and better. What are we doing, right? So when you think about, like, them coming in and being efficient and firing federal workers and trying to cut out the excess bloat and fat of the federal bureaucracy, it's like, what's wrong with that? Like, I pay a shit ton of taxes every single year. So why would I not want the government to be more transparent about how they spend the taxes and run more efficiently? So we'll use my gyms for an example. If I can effectively run the gym with 10 employees, we'll say 4 front desk workers, 2 maintenance and cleaning personnel, 4 trainers, right? So say I can run a gym with, say, 10 people, 10 personnel. Why would I be paying 50 personnel to do the job that 10 can do? It makes 0 sense. Why would I do that? Who would do that? What company would do that? Be like, hey, I know I can probably have my company run with 10 and be really efficient and be really profitable, but let me hire 50 people and then go in the negative. My payroll costs are more than what my business makes. Like, how dumb is that? Like that is, it's literally common sense. It's crazy that, a lot of people don't see the common sense behind that, and they're just like, oh, they're coming in and they're firing all these people. It's like, they're not just firing all these people, they're firing people that are wasting your tax dollars because they're not showing up to work, they're not doing the job they're supposed to be doing, or there's 15 of them for every one job that it actually takes to do that job. So why are we paying 15 people when we can pay one person, right? So it's like, I don't get behind that whole, like, oh, well, what are those people supposed to do? Go market themselves in the private sector, go make money, go work. Like, what do you mean? You want to just get paid to be at home and not come to work just because you're a federal employee? I got to go to work. I got to go travel. I got to go meet up with gyms I'm potentially going to buy and take over and run or do whatever. Like, I got to go hustle. Just because you're a federal employee means you don't? Like, fuck out of here, dude. Like, my taxes are paying for federal funding, then it needs to go to shit that makes sense, right? So I have 0 problem with this, the shrinking of our government and cutting out all that excess. And anybody that has a problem with that, like, I would employ them to really provide a good reason on why it makes sense to keep people that aren't doing a job and keeping an excess of people when it's not needed. It's not necessary. Right? Like, if you use that example of, okay, I can run this business efficiently on 10 personnel, but you know what? I don't want my business to make money. Instead, I'm going to hire 50 people so that my business loses money every single month. Why would you do that? So give me like a counter argument on why that makes sense. And I would bet my bottom dollar nobody could make a good counter argument for that. Because it literally doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that in the private sector. Why are we doing it? Because they're federal employees, right? Just because you're a federal employee doesn't mean that you're privy to be able to not do the job you were hired to do, or or have an excess of people doing the job that one person could probably do. It makes zero sense. It's like, if you want to think about how efficient the government is, right? And I don't know how things are in Canada, but here in the US, if you're a US citizen and you've ever dealt with the DMV, right? You've ever dealt with trying to register your car or renew your license or do whatever at the DMV. The level of personnel and the quality of personnel at the DMV is kind of like your baseline of the quality of personnel in other aspects of the federal government. They're not the sharpest tool in the sheds. They're not go-getters. They take their sweet-ass time, and the Department of Motor Vehicles is run absolutely horrendously. It's not efficient whatsoever. So if you have somebody trying to come in and make those systems and make those entities more efficient, why on earth would you be opposed to that? That's like saying, hey, you know what? I know I want to go to the DMV. I could go to this really efficient DMV where I'm in and out of there in about 6 minutes, and I can do the things I need to do and get in and out. But instead, you know what? I'd rather go to that DMV where I'm going to sit there for 5 hours and not know if I'm actually going to get seen by a clerk or not. Like, which one would you choose? You'd probably choose the one that's super efficient, right? Well, I want to choose a government that's super efficient. Why would I want a government that's inefficient, that's wasteful of tax dollars, that's, that employs more people than it needs to actually employ? It makes zero sense. Like, across the board, absolute zero sense. So that's my perspective on it. I think it's a great thing that they're doing. And, like, the people that are opposed, why? What's the opposition to making our government more efficient? Like, what's an actual good, valid argument to making the government more efficient, more cost effective, finding out where all of our tax dollars are actually going and bringing it to light, and creating systems to help track where tax dollars go so that it's not so easy to hide the fraud and the excess bloat that's been able to be hidden for so long, right? Like, I'm gonna use the private sector as another example. So Elon goes in with the Doge team and these engineers, right? So they go in and they see that just the way the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury issues out payments. So they have a system. It's called PAM, and it's like payments, account management, or payments or something. But I know it's called PAM, right? So it's this program that the U.S. Treasury uses to send out payments or to pay out for the federal government funds. So there's lines that would say what the payment is for, who it goes to, how much, and all those things. That'd be like a system of tracking, right? A lot of those fields, when you would put those entries in, aren't required. So there's lines and lines and lines of payments that don't have a description of what the payment's for, don't have a true description of where it's going and why. So if I go take over a company, and we'll just say another gym, for example. So say I go purchase a gym and I'm running my gym. and I'm not tracking where the money goes in and goes out, and I'm not keeping my books clean, showing what my business expenditures are, who they went to, why it was there, yada, yada, yada. If I don't have that system in place, what do you think happens to me? What do you think the federal government does to me if I get audited? As a private company, probably shut down, probably fined, probably delisted. All those different things will happen because I'm not keeping good track of the financial books, and they'll assume that it's fraud, that I'm trying to hide transactions of money within the business, right? So I will get investigated for fraud. Well, what's the difference between investigating a private company for fraud and investigating the federal government's departments of payments? Like, I got to keep clean books. Why doesn't my government have to keep clean books? So, like, anybody that's opposed to this really has no real valid argument. They have no real valid argument whatsoever. And it's really comical for me to, to see like some of these people like protesting Elon Musk. And it's like, you guys are dumb. Like, you guys are so dumb. They're like, oh, he's not an elected official. He doesn't have to be an elected official, you dumbasses. He's appointed by the elected official. The President of the United States is the only elected official in the U.S. government that's elected by the entire country. Supreme Court, those justices are appointed. They're not elected in. They're appointed. Congress, our Senate, and our House of Representatives, and they're elected by their local districts and their state, right? I can't vote for a Texas senator if I live in California. I can only vote for a California senator. And I can only vote for a representative in the House of Representatives, California, of the district I live in California. But the one position in the federal government that is voted on by the entire nation that everybody contributes to vote on is the President of the United States. That's why he is empowered by the people at the highest level of the government. So whoever he appoints to do those jobs is appointed by the elected official by the people. So he does not need to be elected to go in and create some sort of system to help make the government more efficient. If he's appointed by the President of the United States and he's given the powers to do that job, that is within the power of the president to do, which then means it is within the power of Elon Musk to do what the president is having him do because he's been appointed to that position. The head of the FBI, he's not voted in by the people. He's appointed, and then he's confirmed by Congress because he's the head of the FBI. He's not an elected official. He's an appointed official. The president is the only position in our federal government that gets elected by the entire nation. Nobody else. So it is within his powers of the presidency, of the executive office, to appoint people to specific jobs and to specific programs to make his plan, in which he was voted in by the people to do, to execute that plan. So he is elected to say, you know what? I'm going to appoint Elon Musk to handle this Department of Government Efficiency. He created a department in the federal government, and he appointed Elon Musk to run that department, all of which is perfectly within the legalities and the Constitution regarding the presidency, the office of the President of the United States. So all these people that are like, oh, he's not an elected official. Why is he in there? Why is he looking? Because he can. Because he was appointed by the guy that was elected. So he is perfectly within the law able to go in there and create systems to help identify the waste, the fraud, and the abuse that's inside the federal government. And guess what? The people that are making the most stink about it, why? Why? If you got somebody that stole from you, if you got somebody that defrauded you, right? If I got one of my employees and he stole money, he's been stealing money from the safe, right? So I go in and I'm like, hey guys, money's been being stolen from the safe, or money's missing out of the safe. I'm appointing this employee to go in there and go through the cameras, go through the safe logs, and try to find this missing money. Which employee, if 20 of my employees all say, okay, cool, that sounds like a good idea, and then I have one employee that's like, that's so dumb, why would you have somebody go through our cameras and trying to find the money? Like, why would you do that? Like that he's not the owner of the company. Why is he doing that? What makes you think that I don't think that employee is the one that stole the shit? Right? So the people making the most noise in our government that are opposed to us trying to find where the fraud and the excess money is going to, I bet, this is just a fucking hunch, but I bet it probably went to something they're connected to. That's why they don't want you looking. Otherwise, why wouldn't they want you to be more efficient with our money? Why wouldn't you want them to find out where all this money went? Because it's probably attached to something that they said, yes, we should spend on, or attached to, say, a private company that they're involved with, right? See a lot of that in government. So I just laugh. I laugh at the current state of affairs because it's so vindicating. It's so rewarding seeing these politicians that are just so out of touch with what the actual people want, and they're so out of touch with common sense that they try to inflame these issues to make these issues seem like, oh, it's a bad idea, or why are they doing this, why are they doing that, to help cover up the fact that they're probably going to get exposed. And when they do, it's going to be a fucking beautiful thing, and you're just going to laugh and watch their fucking faces drop, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm excited for, the next 4 years, probably the next fucking 20 years, to be honest, because I think it'd be really tough for a lot of the people on that side of the aisle to ever get, back in power, because a lot of people have really opened their eyes to, like, just how fucking corrupt that shit has been, and just like how terrible things have gotten. So, it's not a bad thing. So, but with that, guys, I do need to go walk a bit, stretch my legs, and then I got to head back out to try to meet up with this gym. So I will see you guys probably, oh, you know what? I think I have baseball tomorrow, so I don't think, I should be back tonight from my trip. So maybe I might be able to stream tomorrow. We'll see. If I do stream tomorrow, I might stream with Priscilla. She wants to play a video game. I think she wants to try that Avatar game that came out a while back, because she loves the movie Avatar. So it's on sale on Steam right now, so I was actually probably going to buy it. And, on one of the computers and maybe on my other computer, and then her and I can play some Pandora together. So, Whiskey, what's up, my brother? Yeah, so much love to you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and I will see you guys on the next one. Probably the next stream, though, I'll have my cam on because I'll be home. So, but much love. I'll see you guys later.